1 hour late. The broadcast is live. What is up, people? We have been
Oh,
having enough technical
hold on.
difficulties.
Let's just have a look. See, we'll. Yep. Okay. Says there we go. There we go. We're live.
Okay. I see it. We are live. We are actually live.
It's been an arduous morning, but we're finally live.
Okay. Basically, the gist of today has been one spicy experience after another. I was let go of work early, so I didn't make my full 40. And then after that, I couldn't finish my whole workout because I tried helping out a motherfucker. And well, he was late on his podcast. And now we're just boomer posting. We're complaining about lives.
Oh yeah.
Complaining about our lives.
I'm just wondering if Israel's a legitimate state or not. Is
Well,
that a proper boomer position?
is that still self-loathing? This is self-loathing hour.
It really is. As the stream says, it's mistakes with technology, so it just seems to fit. All right.
Well,
Oh yeah, carry on.
Well, okay. Mistakes with technology is probably the best analogy that we can have today. This is a time where you guys go to the gym while listening to our show. Okay, that way you won't really encounter technology. It's just you and the bar, you and the machine. Okay, let's put it that way. No
Hold on.
lives
Are you
bragging.
advocating for machine use? Because
I am advocating. I am advocating for mechanical uses, but not for technology.
Okay, I was just talking about at the gym. You know, like if you use a gym machines at the gym, I disavow.
If there is a screen, it shall not be used. Right?
Look, I'm just going to say this, and then I'm going to move on. There is only two people that should be using the fucking Smith machine: cripples and thoughts. Okay, carry on.
Well, technically, the Smith machine, my program wants me to do it, and they just want me to load on a bunch of heavy weight onto it. That's pretty much what they're saying is it's safer to add more weight on it. You don't think I should use it for that?
I mean, you probably can. I'll just bully you for it, you know. Cripples and
you're gonna bully me for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, well, you're bigger than me, you know. That's going to work well.
I like to believe that I'm an Instagram thought with a penis, so it's acceptable.
All right. So we got a couple articles today. Both of them.
Yeah, this is a good time to remind everyone: subscribe, and spread this video.
Oh yeah.
Right?
And,
no like.
Oh yeah, definitely. Dislike, unsubscribe, and report the video. Also, check out the Monday Shit Post by Kiz Kittler. It's a pretty great show. Blake's on it.
Especially if you guys have money. We're only doing it for the fun. That's the only reason we're doing it. It's for the money.
We are very much grifters. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, we're as good as Charlie Kirk.
$50 to see a picture of my feet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Charlie Kirk doesn't even have shit on us.
I don't know. Didn't he sell like $300 fucking? He sold something for $300. Some trifling crap. I think it was a shirt and some stickers.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Maybe we should start doing that, No Lives. Do you think we'll make money with it?
No, hope not. Some dodgy stuff.
No, there has to be one dumbass out there that's a super fan.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
If you're that super fan, tell us.
Press 1 in the chat if you are. Press 2 if you would rather lick Katie Hill's asshole, you know?
I'll do it. It's definitely a 2.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be quite a few 2s.
Yeah.
All right. So did we want to get into the article?
The first one we're going to start out with the national justice one.
Yes, the convicted pedophile.
Oh, nice, nice. Everyone knows that it's really the right wing that has all the pedophiles. It's always been the right wing, right? Right, No Lives?
Oh, yeah. It's always been pedos. We've always been the pedos, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me. All right. So, are you seeing my screen right now?
Give me a second. I'm going to have to check the.
It's loading.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay, so you see the article, the convicted pedophile working for Shocker, the Associated Press. He's a bit of a photo.
We cannot see the article.
No? Oh,
no.
Shit.
No.
Oh, that's this fucking thing.
We can see your mouse now.
Yeah, okay.
It's blown up from the W to the page swap.
Oh, fucking hell. Really wish I'd tested this thing.
But there's like 4 people listening.
Yeah, well, what do you expect? It's boomer posting.
Well, dude, we're also an hour late from the shill time that we normally shill. So as of right now, I'm sharing it, and I would suggest everyone shares it because it's going to be a beautiful show. We have no idea what we're doing.
Okay, hold on. It says I need to plug it in with a second monitor. Because ik ben een dead shit. Find the fucking cable. Okay, monitor's plugged in. Let's have a quick little look-see. Okay.
If there is anyone watching, please message, tell us that we're not alone. Has our God forsaken us?
No,
probably not.
I don't think it's God forsaking it. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I get for talking about it.
Okay, that should be it. Okay, it should be coming up now. Any day now.
I'm in the process of distributing, so I'm not on the other thing. It is up.
Is it? Hold on, let me just have a cheeky look at the stream. Oh, beautiful. It's in a wonderful fuzzy resolution. It's beautiful. All right, so if you've got a microscope, you should be able to see it.
You can't shrink it down?
No, sorry. I am a dead shit, as I said. Fucking... That's not the one I was looking for.
Sometime this week, we'll run through this shit and see if this is any good.
Yeah. Well, at the moment we aren't, so... Oh, well.
Okay.
What are you going to do? You use your time more effectively? Get a job? Go to the gym?
That would be suggested.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Go to the gym.
By the way, also fix your diet, you fat fucks.
Have a diet. Eat well. And take part in
carrots. Everyone needs their carrots. I love carrots.
Remember to not have a nut this month. Because that's the main bandwagon world going on.
Well, dude, let's get this started on this article, dude.
Is it showing up?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, it is. Beautiful. All I see is a big loading window. All right, so convicted pedophile and anti-fi journalist is Associated Press photojournalist. If a photojournalist was accused with sympathizing with the dissident right, AFP and AP would catch that in a background check or immediately release a public statement condemning them if they were informed afterwards. But a sex offender who preyed on kids and is personally involved in extreme leftist activism, he is supposed to be reporting on. Jesus Christ, it's more properly. Hard to believe, but this is not a deal breaker for employment in news gathering at prestigious wire services tasked with framing stories copied by most major publications, including conservative ones. All right, have a good look at this fucking dickhead's mugshot. Corey Vernon Clark.
No, that guy definitely does not look like a pedophile, man. I would say that he's Chad as fuck.
Oh, dude, I'd let my underage daughters hang out with him any day.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah, like so, he's a beautiful piece of man meat.
Oh yeah, he's an inspiration to us all. So, a man convicted of committing a sexual offense with a 13-year-old girl is a pedophile, a Philadelphia-based anarchist and professional photographer. The National Justice can confirm. 40-year-old Corey Vernon Clark, or as he was born, Yehuda Kalman, has his work featured prominently.
No one would suspect anything.
Well, do you really think they'd hire a pedophile if he was a Gentile?
Obviously not.
Okay, so where was I? Yehuda Kalman has his work featured prominently on a number of mainstream media outlets. He is a contributing photojournalist to the AP, AFP, Super Press, and has almost 1,700 pro-Antifa propaganda images on media service Getty, credited under the name Corey Clark. Clark specializes in photographic propaganda, glorifying left-wing activists, and for the last several years has been a fixture at anarchist and communist events in eastern Pennsylvania and Washington, D.C.
So you're connected to...
So he's one of the fuckers who's been doxing our boys.
Yeah, he's involved with the fucking fat black guy. Fuck, Dirty Daryl. Like, you've heard the aggravated assault song, right?
I might have.
No,
I might have to play us out with it.
What?
I might have to play us out with it if you can find it for me.
I'll have to find it. I think it's not for YouTube approved. So
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so
but,
did we want to get back into it?
Hit it.
Okay.
Well, no, I don't have anything more to say. I'm kind of jumbled up today.
yeah, this day's been a fucker. A handful of journalist anarchist groups like Philly Antifa and Smash Racism DC, they allowed him to film them because they know he's on their side. He was also instrumental in doxing people.
So let's put it this way. If he's involved with Philly Antifa, weren't they the ones that just got in trouble for committing a hate crime against 2 Marines?
I don't know if that was this guy.
Oh, no, it's not this guy, but he's connected with them.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know.
I got the next article. If you can mod me, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, sure. Say something in the Spurg chat and I'll give you the wrench.
I just pressed A. Okay. So let me find it. Keep reading the article.
Okay, let me find it. Okay, hold on. Wrenched. You are wrenched. Congratulations. You are a member of Proud Few. He was also instrumental in doxing people at a previous National Policy Institute event. Hold on, let me rephrase that. He was instrumental in doxing people at previous NPI events going back to 2013. His high-quality photographs were provided to Daryl Lamont Jenkins. So,
Dirty Daryl.
Yeah, that's a good connection there. With the intention of identifying young men attending the conference and later harassing them. Here is an image of him at the NPI club in 2013 during an Antifa protest. Get a look at that lovely man. That lovely
He's
face.
A very beautiful dude.
Oh, yeah. Clark's company, Lawless Media LLC, is run jointly by his wife, Danny Finger. On their website, they explain that the business mission is to use the cameras to aid in the construction of leftist political narratives rather than report news objectively. And this is part of the byline here. For years, I have sought to capture the struggles of people fighting not just for their freedom, but their lives and the lives of their families and communities. I have sought to capture the struggle for their humanity and against indignity and justice, for something more than day-to-day survival, for a future.
This kind of reminds me of the Vice article where they talk about the gang of gays, and it turns out the writer ends up being a freaking pedophile, and they're fighting neo-Nazis in prison.
Yeah, our enemies are scum. Many of these images have been or are a part of specific projects. Some have been published, others have been distributed via social media, or have been exhibited in art exhibitions. And that's the end of the quote. We're back to the article now. This is the rule rather than the exception. When looking at how the press works in the United States and much of the liberal West, the infiltration of extremists and deviants like Clark into liberal media has, where'd you go, Blake? Oh, fucking hell. It has discredited self-chosen information gatekeepers and caused the public to lose faith in the institution. There are many cases like this. Hold on, let me get him back. Don't know where the fuck he went. Oh, you removed yourself, you clown. Wish you'd tell me.
No, this shit keeps on dropping me. Okay, so if there's anyone watching and they watch Monday Night Shitpost, it'd be nice to throw a couple dollars in there so I can have an actual computer so my phone won't drop me all the time when I'm looking for the article.
Yeah, that's pretty shit. I thought you had a laptop. Did that shit the bed?
Well, I'm pretty sure my son poured water on it or someone put water on it and it destroyed itself because instead of being smart and putting it up, I was playing some Crusader Kings and I put it next to the couch because I was doing my normal South Park and Crusader King day. And, I went to get my laptop for a Monday Night Shitpost and it was gone. It was gone.
Oh, that's fucked.
So,
okay. On Clark's merchandise website, he sells materials like white supremacy is terrorism and a fuck you pig t-shirt. A portrait of Rage Against the Machine guitarist Tom Morello and an artistic print of two masked female Antifa Black Bloc members. Carry on.
So you're telling me that Tom Morello is connected to this guy selling, or he's selling like images of him. So he must have a sort of copyright on it. I would assume Tom would be like, "Are you allowed to use my imagery?"
I figured Tom Morello would have sold his image out for, a couple of coins of silver, especially to this rat.
No, like Tom Morello, I thought maybe he's a communist and actually holding his word when it comes to this stuff and letting use the images for free. But in all honesty, Rage Against the Machine was like rage against, hard capitalism. Let's go to mixed economy because obviously they're making
rage against the white man. That's what rage was.
Yeah, well, dude. So the singer like La Rocha complained about white people all the time because he grew up in a rich part of this town and none of the white people liked him.
Well, yeah, fair enough. Although Tom Morello is a good guitarist, I'll give him that.
No doubt. Audio Slave's one of my favorite bands. Audio Slave was amazing.
Yeah.
But Rage Against the Machine wasn't really my cup of tea. Like, I listened to it when I was like 13, 14. And I'll still, get down to some of the songs. But, like, listening to a whole album, I can't do it.
It's just too anti-white, It feels like they're just shoving a dildo up your ass,
Exactly. There's better nu metal bands. Like, I can understand someone listening to it when it first came out, but there's way better nu metal bands than fucking Rage Against the Machine.
All right, let's round this article out and then, I don't know, go kill ourselves or something. If a photojournalist was accused of sympathizing with the dissident right, AFP and AP would catch that in a background check or immediately release a public statement condemning them if they were informed afterwards. But a sex offender who preyed on kids and is personally involved in extreme left activism he is supposed to be reporting on. Hard to believe. But this is not a deal breaker for employment and news gathering at prestigious wire services tasked with Framing stories copied by most major publications, including conservative ones. And that's the article. You can go,
well,
why am I not surprised?
The gist of it is, yes, Antifa are connected to pedophiles. In other news, Antifa also involved with a hate crime. Like okay, so you've seen the images of the black guy in the beginning of every Antifa picture, right? He's always in the front.
Yeah.
Okay, he got in trouble for yelling out anti-Semitic slurs and beating the shit out of a Jewish person. It's the article I was trying to find.
Oh, wow. A right-winger would never do that.
No, like a right-winger. So not only do we have the Antifa in Philly that got in trouble for calling a Mexican various racial slurs and got hit with a hate crime, we have an Oregon Antifa member getting hit with a hate crime for calling out a Jew. So is this, or should we congratulate him for it, or should we,
just
make
let it
fun of
go
him
under
for
the? I reckon we should just let it go under the radar.
Okay, well, it's not like Antifa are the most Jewish-friendly organization. Agreeing with the left for the wrong reason.
Oh yeah, some of the principled ones will be against Israel.
Well, not like Israel is the white ethno state, right? Right.
Not just. Let me just end the stream right now.
All along, it was actually us Anglos controlling the picture. It was never really the Jew. We just scapegoated the Jew because we run things.
Yes, that's exactly how it happened.
It's not rich Jewish men. It's actually the rich Anglo men.
It's rich Anglo men in the Jewish government. Wait, what? Okay.
No. Okay. So basically, no one's watching, and I think we're just going to take this one down, and we'll try rearranging this, and we'll actually get articles so that if the guest bails, we can't really do what we would normally do and just feed off of them, because I don't know what the fuck happened to our guest.
I'm guessing he was just being a typical, Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Just being
both of them.
Being fashionably late, It's what they do.
Well, fashionably late. They were on time. They probably got sick of us having our tech difficulties. So now that we actually got that figured out, what we're gonna do this week? Hell, just keep it up. We already shared it, so
yeah,
I shared it.
We haven't done anything. So there's no danger in leaving this turd up.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. We'll at least do 45 minutes as we've tried planning. Let me find an article, and I'll tell you if it logs me out again.
I've got one on South Africa from the National Justice, if you're interested. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, dude, let's just do the National Justice stuff because Stryker is actually stealing my voice. Everyone had thought that
Stryker's got a good knack for writing, I guess, but yeah, he is a voice stealing midget.
Yeah, he is shorter than me, if that tells you anything.
It kind of does.
Okay.
All right.
We're
going. Yeah.
Okay, so have you met many nationalists in IRL?
I don't think I've met one, at least knowingly.
Okay, so basically, when you go to a nationalist event, there's not a whole lot of people that are 5'9" to 5'10", like your height. There's a lot of people that are fucking my height or way above my height. So,
yeah,
it's kind of like being
manlets or lanklets. There's pretty much no in the middle ground.
There's not a whole lot of middle ground in this. Like, fringe movements always attracts the short guys and the tall guys, right? Like, I was reading this article about some fucking like OG Nazi guy, and they're like, yeah, the dude was 6'4", and I'm like, oh wow, Hitler was the only guy that was like average height. You know that Mussolini was only 5'4"?
Yeah, but he had a he had quite a bit more power than that, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So did we want to get into it, or I'm sure our listeners are disappointed. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's just see how long this shit takes. Gas and cues. Press 1 in the chat if I should just kill myself and never do this shit again. What's the chat like?
No.
Okay. It's finally showed up.
We can all dream. We can dream, but it can't happen.
You're right. Killing yourself is a dreadful waste. Okay, so this is an article on South Africa's Jewish Oranias, because they're kind of doing their own thing down there as well. Like white Jews can't just leave a group of white people alone. Okay,
that'd be racist.
It would be terrible. One of their projects is the Izinga Estate, a mini Israel inside of South Africa, with a fence totally surrounding it, massive homes and every luxury imaginable. The project is being bankrolled by billionaire property speculator Jonathan Bear, a figure never criticized by EFF members who want to reclaim their land. Hostile journalists and economic freedom fighters have not expressed any interest in ending this Zionist racial segregation being brought to an African nation. The Guardian's Dennis Webster, a hipster from rapidly gentrifying Johannesburg, recently ran a Rockefeller Foundation financed hit piece on the Boer town of Orania, located in South Africa's Northern Cape. The offence appears to be the 1,600-person white enclave's success economically and culturally. Webster's implication is that this is apartheid and must be destroyed. What, this small village of 1,600 people that sells pecans to China, they're a fucking threat, are they? Are they?
They're the most evil town that I've ever heard of.
Oh, dude. White people living happily? Fucking monsters. So, all right. Orania is an ethical and model reservation. Its bank is owned by its people and uses its own currency. It trades its pecans with China and is completely self-sufficient with plans for a university and other formal institutions. It has no violent crime. Keep in mind that 50 people are murdered in South Africa every day.
Wait, really? I didn't know that. It went up?
50 per day in South Africa. Conditions are getting worse, so the Dindus are getting dindier. But Orania somehow managed to avoid this. I wonder why.
The last time I heard about it was like only 32. Or was that Colombia?
It could be some shithole. Who knows?
Yeah, it was in some various country that's probably in the southern hemisphere. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. it's the worst hemisphere. It's definitely it's probably some ABBA community. All right. Most importantly of all, the work in the community is done entirely by formerly unemployed Boers, rather than cheap black labor.
I call BS. Obviously, it's a Nazi plan.
Oh yeah, they've enslaved the blacks, just like the Jews do for their diamond mines.
Oh yeah, dude. Elon Musk. He made his dad made money off of the emerald mine. That proves that Elon Musk and Afrikaners are actually the real Jews.
Well, they are Dutchmen.
Dude, Dutch supremacy. What you know about that life?
Not a whole lot. I know that Jakarta used to have a lot more natives on it, and then one day the Dutch showed up. Oh well, who gives a shit? It's Indonesia.
Okay, so in all honesty, did you ever read the quote that an Afrikaner would rather die in its bed than make its own bed? Have you ever heard that?
I've not heard that quote. No.
But it makes sense. It makes too much sense.
Right. They're too proud. Too proud to do anything. Okay, where was I? Rather than cheap black labor. For institutionally discriminated against and racially despised Boers living without electricity or running water, Orania is their only hope for work and a life with dignity. Orania's former president, Karel Boshoff, once responded to Jewish and liberal critics of his National Socialist experiment by proclaiming that he agreed with black leaders about white privilege. He created an option for the nation's white minority, to opt out and stop oppressing black people with their skin color. I agree with that. I like it, but they're not going to stop just because you decide to opt out. Oh, hey, Oak. Nice to see you. How you doing, Ryan? I heard you got a strike. It sounds pretty gay.
Please like and subscribe, and please give us viewership.
My ego needs it. I'm about killing myself soon. Not really. Don't believe that. All right. This has not stopped Jews like Ludger Shamodsky or the Israeli Benjamin Pogrund from expressing feigned outrage.
Okay, so let's think about this. South Africa's only trader for like 20 years was Israel, and now the Israelis are complaining about a white area when they did business with little apartheid South Africa.
Well, the Jews are a pragmatic group. They'll also stab you in the back just as soon as you move on. And this is another lesson that we can learn from South Africa. Don't trust the United States government, because they also traded with the United States and the UK as well.
Yep.
Don't trust Reagan or Thatcher. They're scum. Good thing they're both dead.
Yep.
Okay, so expressing feigned outrage. The Zionist media has been globally defaming and campaigning against a small group of people minding their own business to the detriment of no one since the 1990s. In no corner of the earth can whites who are not millionaires and billionaires exist unharmed, even those who are traditionally philo-Semitic, like the Calvinist Boer. Because, as we all know, they seem to believe that they're the new Israel for some stupid fucking reason.
No, okay, so basically, you want sort of an explanation on that, or are we just trying to rush through this?
Well, you've got an article, don't you? I was just hoping to rush through this. But if you want to give the explanation,
no, I don't
go nuts. You don't have an explanation?
Okay, so basically, any extremely persecuted people always try finding themselves in their religious text. So, for the Afrikaners to believe that they're the new Jews or they're the new Hebrewic people, which would probably be a better term because Jews were only one of the tribes.
We're going with CI, are we? Going down that road?
Yeah, pretty much. They believe they're a persecuted group, and in many ways they were, because they were them against the world. Like, England fucking pounded them into dust. That England basically told them, you got to give black people rights over you, and it's just a big jumble mess. And in all honesty, South Africa deserves its own episode to really explain a little bit. But as I said, Dutch.
One day, I'll have to get Ellie on one day and explain it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 25 years after Nelson Mandela took power, everything in South Africa is worse for everyone but a few thieves. Post-apartheid South Africa is the most unequal nation on earth, with a 26% official unemployment rate. This was 16% in '94.
So still kind of a high percentage.
Yeah, just like a little bit. Like 1 in 4 people. Jewish and English capitalists.
That's like unreal to think about, like America, even with our like 10-20% black population, to have 16% unemployment. Like, people are panicking at fucking 5%, 8% unemployment. Like that's a lot of people unemployed.
It is, but well, you're using the Pete word to describe them. The majority. Okay, Jewish and English capitalist interests are the only ones who benefited from the fall of apartheid. The ANC promised to protect their money, but in exchange it wanted its leadership to be able to loot too. While on the face of it socialist, the corrupt African National Congress under Mandela immediately began privatizing state-owned enterprises and undoing apartheid-era economic policies meant to protect workers and sovereignty once in power. From 1994 to... Oh.
So I hate to be that guy, but apartheid South Africa was, like, extremely nice to black people. Like, uber nice. Like, not even white civilizations have treated their people that well. Like, South Africa at that time, like, the black people had, like, the highest middle class in all of Africa. And I would say their middle class was, like, treated even better than fucking America. Like, think about this. Like, it's just a really weird thing to think about. And apartheid wasn't even, like, a hard set of rules. It was, like, soft rules. It was just so weird to me to think about all this shit.
Look, you gaffers just stay in your area, all right? We'll leave you alone. You can murder your goats and rape whatever you do. Just keep out of our area, all right? Okay, so where was I? From 1994 to 2010, the percentage of the economy driven by finance went from 6% to 13%, thanks to neoliberal policies walked along in 2002 by then President Thabo Mbeki's chief economist, the Jew Alan Hirsch. Why do these people keep showing up? These Jews. It's almost like they're in power or something.
It's almost like they run the diamond mines.
Politically, there is no reason to vote, aside from cartoonish levels of black corruption and watching black guys honk at each other in Parliament. All the major parties are controlled by Jewish money. The ANC has always been in the pocket of the Oppenheimers. The Democratic Alliance, the right Liberal Conservative Party, the white minority votes for in vain, is headed by a Jew named Helen Zille, who hates her own voters. The EFF, an openly anti-white party led by Julius Malema, which promises to take Boer land and give it to blacks, is believed to be financed by billionaire Nathan Hirsch and is proved to be taking money from Gentile tobacco boss Adriano Mazzotti. EFF parliament members recently promised to take the land home to less than 2,000 whites in Orania by force and give it to blacks. Julius Malema, a man who defiantly calls for farm killings and laughs at the country's rape epidemic, knew he crossed the line when he made the insensitive comments about Israelis. He abruptly apologized to African Jewry. Hold on. Take the land. What the fuck's he on about? Okay, yep, fuck that. Malema and other lowlifes target the rural Boers because they are poor, and their race guarantees them no international defenders relative to Jews, and a select number of white lackeys collaborating with them in hopes of staying inside mini-apartheid suburban communities with barbed wire and private security. Well, which can be easily bribed, by the way.
Yeah, like, I think the last I heard that it's like they're even requiring racial quotas for security companies.
Yeah.
That's a really weird concept to me, like racial quotas for police and other security style things. Like,
racial quotas are fucked in general.
Well, okay, yeah, I would have to agree with that, but when it comes to security and like pigs and other martial things, martial groups always run better as one race or at least one overwhelming culture. To have a racial quota of you got to have this many whites, this many blacks, and this many colors or whatever, it's just a really weird concept when you're literally going to possibly die for the next guy next to you and you have no connection to that man. There's a reason that military efficiency has died down now that they started integrating troops, and it's not necessarily even.
I'm sure women in the units can't be helping it.
Well, yeah, dude. Like between the women and all the different ethnicities having to fight each other, like so a lot of people like to bring up war. Okay, that's like the alt-right's hot topic. Men in general's hot topic. But no one's going to actually say, would you die for this black man that grew up in a hood when you're a country boy who grew up in the middle of nowhere? You're not going to find a whole lot of.
I doubt many would.
And you're supposed to die for the man that's next to you when you don't have a connection, whether it's religious or racial or even culturally. Up until very recently, up until I would say, I think I heard like 1880s, 1890s, when basically man became a part of a machine rather than an individual or a collective in the sense of a small collective rather than a large collective. Military efficiency has went down. Or at least
definitely
in the way they work. Like, okay, so you read about like all the different colonial things or all the like the U.S. Civil War. You had divisions of all Irish immigrants or all German immigrants or all Scottish people from Alabama or like, you know what I'm saying? So you're dying and fighting with your brother. There's something to respect about that. But when you start throwing random individuals from all different areas, all different cultures, all different ethnicities, it just doesn't work as good because people are less willing to risk their life for someone they don't know than someone that came from their neighborhood or came from their general surrounding areas. So that's all I really had to say on that.
Yes, it's very well said. The 3,000-person Johannesburg suburb is lined with This is the suburb of Glen Hazel. The 3,000-person Joburg suburb is lined with mansions and enormously wealthy. It is known for its Jewish supermajority, which is manifested by scores of kosher butchers, restaurants, synagogues, and shuls. It is 75% white compared to 8% nationwide, with and that's white in quotes, with a minority of blacks living there to provide manual labor and other services. Jews in the area use a special private contracting firm called the CSO, which keeps blacks from outside the suburb out and those inside in line. The CSO militia not only protects Jews in their day-to-day business, but even has been accused of attacking pro-Palestinian activists with impunity. And now we're going to do the Izinga estate. Carry on.
So in many ways, South Africa basically sounds like an ANCAP paradise.
Yeah, we should all move there and get our recreational nukes.
Okay, guys. We are going to set up our new American Orania in like the Northern Cape as well. So we're all going to move there, all hire private contractors, and train ourselves. Right,
That's
guys.
Right. And on the Izinga estate in Durban, Jews are setting down in Umhlanga, which, despite its Zulu name, is only 17% black. One of their projects is the Izinga estate, a mini Israel inside of South Africa, with a fence totally surrounding it, massive homes and every luxury imaginable. The project is being bankrolled by billionaire speculator Jonathan Bear, a figure never criticized by EFF, who want to reclaim their land. Hostile journalists and EFF fighters have not expressed any interest in ending this Zionist racial segregation brought to an African nation. That was the byline. And this is about Norwood now, a section of the Joburg metropolitan area that was racially integrated after apartheid. Norwood is also home to a large Jewish community. Blacks are only 30% of the population, and they are being driven out by hipster gentrification at a breakneck pace. Publicity for the area is very good in spite of this racial dynamic.
South Africa has always had a lot of Jews. Like, it was very merchant in the beginning. Like, after the Dutch already set everything up and the Cape City actually built up. So, I think it's like Cape Town has a huge amount of Jews, Johannesburg, and then there's also like Buenos Aires has some of the most Jews in the world. New York City, obviously. New York City has more Jews than Israel does.
Yeah, there's a reason they call it New York City.
You know, like, dude, think about that. It's like there's more Jews in New York than there are in Israel. So we could literally just bring all the Israeli Jews to New York. As bad as that sounds, and that'll keep us out of a shit ton of conflicts, though.
All right, let's finish this article out and then end the stream. Sound good?
Okay, I'm sorry.
The Jews and the urban bourgeois hypocrites who bash Orania don't want to live around blacks either. But every neoliberal NGO-backed journalist the Iranians led into their village is liable to libel them as monsters on the world stage is a step closer to their demise. And that's the end of it. All right. So what do you reckon?
Well, Jews seem like lovely people, and that you should definitely hug your local Jew.
Yes, definitely. Just if you're wearing some spiky stuff, I would recommend against that.
Okay, yeah.
Don't hug them with anything spiky.
Well, dude, don't hug them with something spiky and then spray Lysol if it doesn't pierce the skin, right?
That would be horrible. And I would thoroughly disavow if whoever did that.
Oh, yeah. Agreed.
But
we definitely have to figure out what we're doing, even if there's a guest, and so that we can actually shill this with pride.
Well, we can shill it without pride. You know, we can. I mean, I wouldn't say this was a shitty stream. It was just a low-populated one. You know, I think it was just us watching.
Yeah. There is at least one person out there watching, and we salute you, man.
We salute.
Yes.
All right. So, did you want to enter shill your things?
The Monday night shit post. That's all we really have to shill right now. There's not a whole lot going on. But like with winter coming, we'll probably be a little more active online.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, once you shut this down, I got something to explain. The reason I said that.
Yeah. All right. Show's over. Don't do anything stupid. Read a goddamn book, and whatever.
Start deadlifting.